this is where we
Yeah, we don't have any elevators, so the only way up to the space is the ramp. There was a television production in the spring, and they had a grandstand set up over here. And they fit about 200 people, and they had 3 sets. So they did it, this way. Their sets were there, and the audience faced them this way. So that's one way to do it.
Do you have a budget for that stuff?
I have budget for the chairs and the thing, but the projector and the screen is Columbia College.
What about the staging?
The staging, all we need is the riser, right?
Just a
Well,
single
for starters,
riser?
we'll probably need some pipe and drape and some other things to
Yeah.
set it up.
Right.
So it sounds like in total, how many kind of events, more like what we're talking about doing with this, have been done here? It's pretty much,
The biggest thing we've done is the gate. Yeah, I mean.
Just the opening night,
yeah,
right?
because this is really the space for film video.
Sure.
Yeah, this is their stage. So we had that event, like the pre-gala event, and maybe like 1 or 2 other ones, and that's it. So yeah, we don't really have too many events. I mean, just Columbia College events like open house, things like that.
right, yeah.
But, yeah. Well, when you're setting up, we'll work with the television department if they're going to start running their signals, and we've done that in the past.
Yeah.
So you get the signal to the classroom, or if you want the screen set up, we'll set that up for you.
Okay.
But then that's about it. Then
Okay.
everything else, to work, the audio, to video, you'd have to supply that.
Okay.
We use the staff in the equipment office. That staff is certified.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah.
since
I don't know
Since
how
it's a
it's-
film video quasi, type of event, then you could, incorporate using the lift. But the lift doesn't have the same range as that. I mean, you could go up to the grid, but not any higher than the grid. So depending on how you hang this thing, if it hangs on a grid, you're okay, but, if you're trying to hang it from the rafters, then that would be probably not doable with our lift.
I'll give you the
Give,
names.
give me the names, okay, for the
So
last 2.
this is a note to self here. Note to self number 1 is 2 previous EMC links. Number 2, we're going to be doing news item and Columbia events online. We're going to be helping with printing.
Yeah.
Not all of it, but part of it.
Part of
So we're
it.
going to do some.
Anything
we'll
for
decide if we
internal
want-
distribution. Yeah.
We'll decide if we want to do anything more, it'll all depend on.
Right.
And
I
then
think a
we're going to be
postcard
helping with
also.
the registration site.
Yeah.
Okay.
The registration site, in my head, I'm thinking like anything to do with the website help should be Max helping out. And you will be helping with the registration, the reception later on,
Right.
because that's linked with the PR side of it.
I mean, the
Okay.
registration site most likely will reside to whatever system we find here
Yeah.
that is most useful. And on the website for the event, there will be a link to that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be taking you out somewhere to a database where people are going to be entering the stuff, and then
Yeah.
What's our
So it's like a
capacity?
invite, huh?
300.
300.
Right?
300.
Correct?
But don't forget, we always have the live feed. We can go to all the rooms. We can have everybody standing in the rooms too.
Oh, the other rooms in the building.
So we
Yeah.
have overflow
We
opportunities.
can
and that's
overflow,
great.
yeah. So
Now-
if we can overflow, even better.
Yeah.
Here's a question: are we planning, and do we hope we'll be able to webcast this event? And who would be responsible for that? Is it something that we can leave to the film department? They're going to be shooting it.
They're going to be shooting it. The documentary will be uploaded on the website later on, afterward.
Later.
But whether we want a webcast, that's a question for Bruce. Okay, welcome everybody on a Friday afternoon. Let's recap a little bit. And we learned a lot from Pantone. That's great.
Yes.
So we know the background, and we learn also some of the, I wouldn't say mistakes, but some of the lessons they learned from their last 2 collaborations. So let's hope we do, make a little bit difference this time. Today's meeting, I just want to get specific idea strategy that we want to do, so that when we report out our Monday meeting to everybody, so this is what the marketing team plan to cover, this is what the PR team plan to cover, and how do we map it out. So I just want to pick everybody's idea, and Ashley is going to take notes. So it's sort of rehearse what we discuss through what we want to do before we say it out, right? So I think this is the idea of today's meeting.
I think that we
Maybe
can
the
So do you
reader.
think it's well, I was thinking the reader.
Yeah.
What newspapers do you read?
Yeah.
I mean, I basically just stick with the college paper. I think Echo is like really important, just because it's all you know, done.
Wait, what does
so-
that go? Is that Columbia
It's
College
Columbia's
too?
magazine, yeah.
Oh, it's monthly?
They do it quarterly, so there's gonna be one coming out probably like 2 weeks before Manifest or 3 weeks. So that's really the issue.
So,
that
so
they-
we have to
so
really
yeah.
find
yeah,
out
to them.
all the college paper, their deadline, you know, their publish time.
Right.
That's
and-
really
and-
I think
That's
well,
max-
two things.
No, we're gonna
Or
work
if
together
you can
so
do
that
both.
we, yes.
You could do both.
Biggest Mouth, they
Biggest mouth?
hold it. They have it at Metro
Uh-huh.
every year, and it's just basically every month, I think the third Thursday of every month they have Big Mouth at
Uh-huh.
one of the buildings, and they just have it's like an open mic, and any
Yeah.
performers can come. And at Biggest Mouth, like the students vote on their favorite acts, and it's free at Metro for like all the students to go to. So like even if somebody was handing out,
Flyer.
yeah, because it was like packed last year.
When
and
is
it's-
that?
And what are you
I'm
doing
not
that
sure.
night?
Yeah, I know, I'll be there. I don't know which day it is this year yet. They haven't actually said it because they haven't found the performers yet.
I think these
But
are
I think-
information you should start to put together
Yeah,
so that between you and Max
Those
can
are
come. Those are
drop
the
points.
Those are
Those are drop
opportunities, yeah.
points. for
drop
flyers.
points. We have to develop a drop on list,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
where to
That's
go.
good,
We
because-
you might need to round up a couple volunteers too to help you out because you cannot be at
More
everywhere.
importantly,
Yeah.
it's gonna dictate the printing too.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, if all of
Nobody
a sudden we
opportunities
find
for it,
out there's 5 or 6 really great right before opportunities to drop, it might mean that we decide, oh, you know, it's worth an extra $200 for,
Yeah.
you know, an extra 5,000 flyers. Really, it may
Absolutely,
be.
absolutely.
Are the tickets to the event physical or are they just online?
I think in the end, we can decide about it. I think we just do an online ticket. I think there is a
That
form.
they have to print out.
They have to print out and bring it in, and
Okay.
so that they can be admitted. And also, by doing that, we actually capture everybody's contact information.
Right.
And she will follow up on the a reminder, right?
Yep, on the 15th.
For the 15, for the 18. But let's try to formalize the message on May 6th, right?
Sure.
And then you send them out. Maybe send them out a 1 week notice.
Right,
You know,
right.
7 days prior. And then for the red eye, basically they said every Wednesday or Friday would be good for red eye. And we need to send in the artwork 5 business days before, so that I will take care of it with Lower to create the ad. But do you think we are better off to have 2 quarter page or to use a 1 half page? 2 quarter page we can split it out to 2 dates.
Right,
1 half page is only 1 time.
right.
So it's Wednesday or Fridays.
Well, I think because a lot of people, I mean, I feel like the Friday would be good, but then I feel like at the same time, there's more students on the train on Wednesdays because a lot of kids don't take classes on Fridays, just because they
Ah.
want a 3-day weekend.
I
So, I
see.
mean, that's what I do. So, I'm more likely to read it on like a Wednesday because I feel like the main days that people go to school are Monday through Thursday. So that's how you're gonna get to students, but I'm not sure as far as like
Other people
older
are
people
concerned.
and, yeah.
So do you want 2 quarter page or 1 half page?
Well, if we did the 2 quarter page, we could do a Wednesday and a Friday to apply to, or market to both audiences, I think.
Should we?
Um,
Yeah, then
we
we
do-
are
we do it
covered.
that way?
Then we can cover 11, 12 and 13.
Yeah, yeah.
Would that good? Sounds good?
Basically, what we're doing here is stained glass windows. We're telling the entire story of the project through images, right? And yes, of course, the information is very important that we're printing on
The
it. but-
films themselves, accompanying classic film scenes. Do you want to keep that? Do you want to amend that?
What was in the release? Because we put in the release what the consensus was, remember?
Yeah, but I think they
I mean,
all
that
come
works,
back.
I'm just
I think they all come back and say they all like this one. Bruce and Stephen
Oh, is
make
that
a-
the one?
Yeah.
Then fine, great.
Yeah. So you double
rather
check
than
before you send out the announcement tomorrow.
Live film scores.
Right,
Yeah.
that's today, oh yeah, it's today.
Classical
Yeah.
films.
So I'm gonna clip that back to you, because he says something. They all say.
No, I
you have-
know, and I got all those and put them in
Yeah.
the release.
Oh, okay. If you got it
Oh,
the
but
right.
you haven't,
Yeah. He got it too.
You know, because that way, accompanying
Yeah.
What is that,
Live
studio
studio
orchestra.
orchestra as opposed to live film scores.
Live studio orchestra? What's a
That's what it
studio
sounds-
orchestra?
Studio orchestra is what is used to create, to record film scores, studio orchestra.
What
You do
about
it-
just live orchestra?
That's what
You
I
do a live
thought. I
orchestra,
think
it's fine.
studio's too technical.
All right.
headline
say,
doesn't
but-
have to be
Right,
so,
that's
so
true.
specific. I would say, you know, what would the way of describing all of these movies?
I mean, what you want to say is film, orchestra, live.
Yeah,
If you want to break it down to 3 words, that's the minimum.
yeah, that's not bad. I
Actually-
like that.
Film orchestra live.
Yeah,
And Shutter Island is Penderecki.
The thing I'm thinking though is if you put Johnny Greenwood in a big enough font
Right.
on a poster, you're guaranteed a certain number of students on a college campus.
Live film scores by Johnny Greenwood, Bernard Herrmann, or, you know, Johnny Greenwood, B. Herrmann, and K. Penderecki. Then that gives us this size of font for those names. And so you get the rock and roll crowd with Johnny
Yeah.
Greenwood, you get the new music crowd with Penderecki, and Bernard Herrmann, everybody knows Bernard Herrmann, so
Right.
it's like a classic film, that immediately says classic film.